Although summer's practically over, that doesn't mean that the fun is. In fact, I'd say Midland is at its absolute best in the fall. The air turns crisp, the leaves explode with those fiery reds and golden yellows, and suddenly everything feels more alive, more cozy, colorful, and full of things to do. If you're wondering how to make the most of this season, stay with me because I'm sharing my top 5 fall activities right here in Midland, plus a few bonus favorites that you don't want to miss. Hi, I'm Jamie Broderick, a local realtor right here in Midland, Michigan, and I help people find homes that fit their needs and make the process as smooth as possible. But today, I'm your guide to fall fun in our community. And trust me, there's plenty to keep you busy. Let's start with number 5, Leaman's Green Applebarn. This spot has a way of making you feel like a kid again the moment that you step onto the property. The air smells like fresh apples and warm donuts, and it's the kind of scent that just makes you smile without even realizing it. You can grab a bag of apples straight from their bins, or take home some fresh cider, or treat yourself to a caramel apple that's so sticky and sweet, it'll take you right back to your childhood. What I love is how it's not just about the food. Although the donuts alone are like totally worth the trip, it's really about the atmosphere. There's this cozy small town charm where you can slow down, chat with the neighbors, and just soak up the feeling of fall. Families come around with kids running all around with cider in hand, couples wandering for a simple day, and plenty of us stop by just on our own. Because nobody needs an excuse for hot donuts, and Leaman's is one of those fall traditions that always delivers year after year. And number 4 is the Fall Harvest Festival at the Chippewa Nature Center. And let me tell you, this isn't just a festival. It's like stepping straight into the past, and then you can imagine wandering through a working homestead where the apple butter is bubbling over an open fire, the smell of cider being pressed fills the air, and you could actually roll up your sleeves and try things like candle dipping or rope making yourself. Every corner has something special happening. Blacksmiths are hammering away, beekeepers showing off the magic of honey, and spinners weaving wool right in front of you. There are heirloom gardens to explore, old-fashioned schoolyard games to play, and even a historic log schoolhouse where you can practice your penmanship on a slate board. And it's not just about watching demonstrations, it's about experiencing them, the way people really lived more than 100 years ago. And that's why families like my own love it, because kids get to be hands-on, but adults get to walk away just as fascinated. It's part of a history lesson, and it's part fall celebration, and one of the most unique experiences that you can have here in Midland this season. Coming in at number 3 is Dow Gardens and the Whiting Forest Canopy Walk. Honestly, this place is always breathtaking in every season, but when fall rolls around, it transforms into something straight out of a dream. And you can imagine stepping onto the longest canopy walk in the entire country, which is suspended high over the forest floor, and everywhere you look, the trees are blazing with reds and oranges and golds. And from up there, it doesn't just feel like you're looking at fall, it feels like you're floating inside of it, completely wrapped in color. And if you time your visit with one of their evening fall walks, the magic gets turned up even more. You can picture the paths glowing with hundreds of luminaries, soft music drifting through the branches, and this sense of calm that feels almost enchanted. Bring in line dancing, and I'll tell you that there's nothing quite like two-stepping underneath the canopy of autumn leaves. It's super cool. And you can also add a seasonal drink or treat from the cafe at the end of the canopy walk, and you've got yourself an evening that feels cozy, romantic, and unforgettable all at once. It's one of those experiences that makes you fall in love with Midland all over again, and maybe even with fall itself. And next up at number 2 are the trails at the Chippewa Nature Center. They're some of the most stunning places that you can explore in Midland County during the fall. With 19 miles of trails weaving through rivers, forests, and wetlands, there's a sense of variety here that keeps every single walk feeling really fresh. One minute you're standing on a bluff overlooking the river, and the next you're climbing a 2-story observation tower with this sweeping view of golden treetops and marshland. And what I love most is how the trails really surprise you. Sometimes you get a burst of red, and sometimes a glowing yellow with different plants, and no matter what the moment is, and you just, sometimes the light hits the water just right, it's the kind of place where you'll catch yourself stopping mid-step just to soak it all in. And if you're bringing the family, Chippewa Nature Center makes it even better with programs like Story Hour and Nature Play. This is where kids can run wild, learn, and connect with nature in hands-on ways. I've been on these trails in every season, but in fall, the colors look like something straight out of a painting. And it always leaves me in admiration of Mother Nature and all of her glory. And before we get to number one, let me share a few bonus activities that really round out the fall season in Midland. Kayaking along the Chippewa or Tittabawassee River is one of the most peaceful ways to soak in the season. Out there, the world feels quieter, you're drifting at the pace of the current, the trees are bursting with color on both banks, and the reflections in the water make everything twice as stunning. It's the kind of experience that really forces you to slow down, breathe, and take all of it in. For families, fall also means Halloween fun, and Midland does not disappoint. At the Midland Center for the Arts, kids can throw on their costumes, grab some treats, and take part in hands-on science experiments that manage to be both spooky and educational. And it's the kind of event where the kids are learning without even realizing it because they're having so much fun. Then you've got Creative 360, which adds its own twist with themed art workshops, and you can paint your own Halloween canvas or craft something festive and even come away with the decorations that you actually made yourself, which are way better than anything that's store-bought, in my opinion. And if your idea of a good fall day is a treasure hunt, then you have to check out the Michigan Antique Festival. That's where you gotta be. And I've been there plenty of times, and there's thousands of vendors filling up the fairgrounds, offering everything from vintage clothes and farmhouse decor to retro signs and rare collectibles. And you can add in a classic car show with a few rows of beautifully restored rides, and it becomes this massive open air marketplace that you could easily spend an entire weekend exploring. And it's not just shopping, it's discovering stories in every single piece that you pick up. And finally, we're gonna get to number one. If there's one place that truly captures the heart of fall in Midland, it has to be Grandma's Pumpkin Patch. This isn't just a pumpkin patch. We try to go here, spend a day, buy pumpkins. It's a family tradition that's been part of the community for decades. From the moment that you step onto the farm, you're surrounded by that unmistakable fall atmosphere with rows of bright red, orange pumpkins waiting to be picked. Kids often cheer at the pig races, goats push in for a little head scratch, and hay rides roll across the fields under a crisp autumn sky. But what makes Grandma's more than just a fun outing is the story behind it. It all started with a simple pumpkin growing contest in the family, and over time it blossomed into this place where entire generations of Midlanders come to make memories as a family together or as a single. Parents who once came here as children are now bringing their own kids, continuing the tradition, and you can feel that sense of history and love in every corner. And it's not just a business, it's truly a legacy. There's a warmth here that goes beyond the pumpkins and the hay rides. It's the laughter that echoes the farm, it's the pride of the family who keeps their tradition alive. And in a way, the community has embraced it year after year. And for me, it doesn't just feel like fall in Midland until I've made a stop at Grandma's. It's nostalgia, it's community, and it's pure seasonal joy, all rolled into one. So there you have it. My top 5 fall activities here in Midland, with a few bonus ideas if you're looking to pack your weekends with even more fun. The beauty of fall here is that it's not just about what you do, but how it feels. So if you're sipping hot cider and biting into a caramel apple at Leaman's, wandering the Canopy walk at Dow Gardens with leaves glowing all around you, or laughing with friends as you try to find your way out of a corn maze at Grandma's, every moment has that cozy, nostalgic energy that makes the season so special. It transforms ordinary places into extraordinary experiences, and by the time the leaves have fallen, you're already looking forward to doing it again next year. And if you're interested in exploring Midland further with a local expert, maybe even finding your perfect home in this wonderful community, I would love to help. And my number is right here on the screen. You can feel free to call, text, or email. I'm always happy to chat. And if you like this type of content and want to stay informed about what's happening in Midland, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.